I know there's what's called the spectrum of autism.
Right.
Walk us through the spectrum. What are kind of the things that parents will notice with their child?
Right. Autism is, at its core, a failure to understand how other people are thinking and feeling.
If you bought an Xbox, I don't know if I can be your friend. I can't be your friend. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to draw the line. I'm gonna have to draw the line. I can't be your friend anymore.
So children with autism frequently will have a language delay because what you're saying, the fact that your words have meaning,
Sure.
doesn't tend to register.
What?
So some children are very severely impaired, others are much less impaired. So it's very individualized how you deal with each child.
I just had to put this out here. For all the idiots.
Here I am once again to harass the disabled. How you doing, Lucas? You look like you've lost about 100 brain cells since I last saw you. Are you seriously still wearing the same backwards hat I saw in the last video? Is that your gimmick? Are you like Tim Pool? You know, the whole gimmick being your headwear? Take off the cap, I want to see what's underneath. Cause it certainly isn't a brain.
Gamepad, Lucas! Gamepad, Lucas!
Lucas, we talked about this. You're supposed to stay in the daycare, not go back home. You need some help. Either way, what was that about Game Pass? I couldn't hear you over the $1 I paid to have access to the entire Yakuza series. I mean, you can sit there and brag about how much money you're investing into buying a bunch of exclusives from Sony, but I think there's a lot more to brag about paying $1 to have access to a shit ton of quality games. Do you know how much it would have cost if I actually bought all of the Yakuza series? Well, thank God Microsoft likes to appease to cheap assholes like me, and Sony likes to continuously ass-rape morons like you. They should feel twice as guilty about doing it to you, though, because you don't know any better.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
Well, you didn't actually tell us anything. All you did was downplay Xbox Game Pass, and once Sony said that they're gonna come up with their own version of Game Pass, you started worshipping it. Thus meaning you did care about Game Pass, so...
I put this on my Instagram, but I figured I'd rub it in your fucking face on YouTube as well.
Hey, to those of you, you know, all 5 of you that are amazing Lucas fans, don't follow his Instagram. Follow mine instead. I've actually put up a picture of my face. You won't see it here on YouTube, but if you actually want to see what this amazing, beautiful, gorgeous face looks like, go follow me on Instagram. Don't worry, I don't wear backwards hats.
What did I tell you? Give me your face.
No, you can't have my face. You're not Fuda enough for me, nor do I think you're Fuda material.
Some of you are little dogs right now, right? You pooped on the carpet, and now I have to put your face in the poop so you can see what you did is bad. Give me your faces, Xbox!
Well, if I'm going to be honest with you, I think that dog would learn faster than you. Because ever since me and Griffin stomped on your ass, you still keep making videos. You know, this guy pulls off the retarded mannerisms perfectly well. Almost as if he's a natural at it. I honestly think you just have to be born this way to be so convincing.
What did I tell you? What did I fucking tell you guys? Oh, do you think that PlayStation is gonna come up with something to combat Game Pass? Is that what you think?
Question, Lucas. If Game Pass sucks so much, why are you happy that Sony's making their own version?
So now, y'all about to lose the Game Pass and have no games and no exclusives.
You know, Lucas and J-Tech are a lot alike. And no, I'm not just saying that because they're both black and both massive PlayStation fanboys.
That's racist!
No, they're a lot alike in the sense that they like to have live debates with their own critics. And the amazing Lucas got into a debate with somebody who called him a PlayStation fanboy. And throughout that debate, Lucas kept asking him,
so then what am I fanboying about?
well, videos like this. Now, I know you're mentally handicapped. I know you're a child. You're growing into some big boy shoes right now. But I'm gonna teach you a little thing called self-awareness. It's very important to pay attention to your own consistencies, because if you're trashing Game Pass, but then turning around and worshiping Sony when they do their own version, I'm pretty sure that would make you a fanboy. You see, Microsoft went out, they bought a bunch of studios to acquire some exclusives, and what happened? You trashed them. Then they come up with Game Pass, you trash that. They get some high-rated games, even though they're not AAA, you still trash it. You're a fanboy, just fess up. when every single Xbox related video on your channel is dedicated to solely trashing on them without pointing out a single good thing they've done, you know, like Game Pass, which you clearly do like, just don't want to admit, then of course people are going to think you're a fanboy. It's no different than your political views. Every single video you have is a criticism towards Democrats or left-wingers. Nobody is going to view you as non-biased.
But Lucas, Lucas, Bethesda.
A child is not called autistic child. Today the child is called a child with autism.
Bethesda! We're going to get exclusive on Bethesda and you're not going to get them. What? Really? Pretty sure Bethesda came out and said, no, it's coming to the PlayStation, but it'll be better on the Xbox.
A disability like mental retardation or autism, the cure is very limited. We can only improve the functionality of the child.
God, dog. Oh, did that hurt? Did that hurt, Xbox? Huh?
Well, no, as a PC gamer, I didn't feel a single thing. See, when you're criticizing Xbox Game Pass, that's not only going to rile you up some responses from Xbox gamers, but also us PC gamers that use the service too, and actually like it. I mean, you can be proud of having to buy more games and spend more money, but those of us saving a lot of money right now, especially during this time, we don't really give a fuck.
Did your little freaking trash can of a console?
I just don't understand how a grown-ass man can act this way about some goddamn services. You threw the exact same tantrum over Microsoft acquiring Bethesda. It was hard to watch, okay? There's something about grown-ass men crying over pieces of plastic that just causes you to lose a little bit of respect for them. To be in your 30s and be this passionate about a service that everyone would benefit from if it was everywhere, and still want more than the other guy when the other guy has stopped giving a shit years ago. I just want to remind you that these videos will be up for the rest of your life. I mean, it'll provide some interesting entertainment for your kids in the future.
It's not a gaming console, it's a
console. Okay. Remember guys, this is the same guy who thought Uncharted was a brand new IP.
They came out with new IPs, Uncharted.
But just look at how dead serious he is. You know when you go out to dance as Kiryu and he has that dead look in his eyes and you can see he's absolutely serious about busting out these dance moves? See, that's the amazing Lucas. He has this very stern, serious look on his face, as if anything he's about to do is remotely serious or should be taken seriously. No, I'm an adult, okay? I think this is probably one of the most pathetic things I've ever seen in my life. This is a good way of never getting your dick wet ever again. I've never seen such unwarranted hatred for a piece of plastic before in my life. What did the Xbox do to you? Is it the Xbox fault you're a man-child? Like, did it emit radiation that fucked up your brain and made you permanently stupid for life or something?
It's a console for Netflix. So you can watch, I don't know, what's the popular? You can watch The Boys in 4K.
What? I don't get it. Is being able to use Netflix on your console a bad thing now?
That's what it's for. What's this Bethesda? Look at me, got Bethesda. But they'll be first or better on Xbox. Oh, okay, sure. By all means, bruh. By all means. Now, you could have faith when it came to the first part. I'll give you that. Maybe you have faith when it comes to the first part. That, hey, what they mean is the same thing with what happened with Horizon Zero Dawn, where you wait 3 years and then it comes out in PC or something. Okay, sure. Do I think that's going to be the case? No. Nope.
Yeah, well, maybe have you ever thought about this? Maybe not everybody's buying a console to join the console fanboy wars. Maybe some people out there got the Xbox because they'll get the catered version of a game and they'll get it first and for cheaper on Xbox Game Pass. I mean, here you are trashing Microsoft for not keeping some games exclusive. Yet I don't see you trashing Sony for how they blatantly and openly said they were going to port more of their future first-party titles on the PC. So couldn't Xbox gamers just look at you and say the same thing? Couldn't they say, hey, you don't know if Sony's IPs are going to stay exclusive. They said they're going to port them to PC. But of course, you're not going to make a video mocking PlayStation fanboys, because then you would be making fun of yourself, and you're too egotistical to do that.
First or better, we all know what that means.
Yeah, it means exactly what you said. There's no knowing how long it'll be before PlayStation gets a version of those Bethesda games. I mean, it shouldn't matter to you at all anyway, because I thought you said Bethesda was trash and they didn't have anything anybody cared about.
What about the game, man? Okay, we got game. What are you doing right now? What are you doing right now with yourself, huh?
I don't want to say that I'm sitting here wasting my life away, watching a middle-aged man with a backwards hat acting like a complete child. But sadly, that's what I'm doing. We really are living in a dystopian nightmare, where people are having arguments over which is the better corporation.
What are you doing right now with yourself, huh? What are you doing with your life right now if you got an Xbox?
Why can't people buy an Xbox? What's wrong with buying an Xbox? Who fucking cares? Is it everything Microsoft promised? No, but neither's the PlayStation, neither are Nvidia's graphics cards or AMD's. It's just goddamn hardware for playing video games. That's all they're doing. They're buying it to play games. They don't need some guy who's Asperger's as fuck with a backwards hat trying to yell at them and put them down for buying it. I put out a poll on YouTube, because you know the YouTube polls are so broken right now, asking people which fan base they considered to be the most toxic. Well, surprise, surprise, it seems your side has won, and I think this video is starting to show why. There are so many people out there who don't know anything about the fanboy wars, or even give a shit about exclusivity, that are buying an Xbox for something like NBA or Call of Duty and then bringing it home, only to log onto YouTube and then see asshats like you. Whatever happened to men talking about getting fucked up, or getting into a fist fight, or fucking some chick? Now we got men sitting here throwing childish tantrums and making retarded noises over a game service that most people don't even think twice about because they're too busy getting laid or making money.
I already told you this. I told you this. No, kid, but they're gonna come out with exclusives that's gonna blow God of War, Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn, Detroit Become Human, and gonna blow all of them out the water.
I mean, some of the games you just listed aren't even exclusive on PlayStation. I mean, you know.
Ghost of Tsushima? What are you gonna do now, huh? What are you gonna do now, Xbot? What are you gonna do now? Did I not tell you? Did I not?
Wait, what do you mean we're only 3 minutes into the video? That can't be. It feels like an hour already. How the hell do they do this?
What are you gonna do now? Did I not tell you? Did I not tell you? I was like, yo, if you think that Sony is not paying attention to the moves that Microsoft is making, Xbox is making with their Game Pass and whatnot, you're out of your mind.
Well, no, you didn't tell them that. You told them for a long time that Game Pass was garbage, that nobody cared about it, it doesn't make a difference, and that Sony don't even need a try, and yet here's Sony trying to make their own version of Game Pass. It doesn't add up. Why would Sony copy what Microsoft is doing when before you said, with your own exact words, that Microsoft was trying to play catch up to Sony? Doesn't make sense. I don't see why Sony would need to do what Microsoft is doing. Could you explain that to me, Lucas? Who am I kidding? I'm the only one in this actual conversation who's an adult and has to explain anything to a mere child.
You're out of your mind. Oh, it feels good. Oh, it feels, oh, I got a good healthy laugh when I read this. Oh man, my stomach hurt when I read this. My stomach hurt.
Oh, so that's what you've been doing to make it a 7-minute long video. Well, honestly, there's no points being made in this video at all. Microsoft is still going to make the money from PlayStation owners who said they would never give their money to Microsoft.
Ha ha. I got a Santa laugh when I read this. Because I know people are gonna...
You know, I always wondered why he had over 400,000 subscribers, but his viewership was plummeting, and it all makes sense now. His viewership must fluctuate with his brain cells. That's the only possible explanation. He must have gotten more retarded over time, and it must have been unbearable for his own audience to see it.
And you don't think they're gonna come out with something that's probably bigger and greater than what y'all got right now? Hell, even if they just literally mimic what Xbox is doing, it'll be greater.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
There he is, admitting that Game Pass is great. Why else would he say PlayStation would come up with something even greater? So deep down inside, we understand what your entire issue was. You were jealous Xbox gamers had Game Pass, and you never wanted to admit it. The only time you admitted that you wanted anything like Game Pass is when Sony said they would come up with their own. Typical console fanboy behavior. Actually, no, not typical. Most console fanboys out there will say absurd, dumb things, but they will not throw a childish tantrum.
Because we have better exclusives. That's why. We have better games. That's why.
This is literally turning into a playground argument at this point. My box is better. It have better games. Your box sucks. Do you know what's the last time I heard people argue like that? I think I was in the 3rd grade.
If they do exactly, literally, I'm talking about they don't change anything. They just copy the homework. Copy it verbatim. It'll blow you out the water. Why?
Why? Because Game Pass is an excellent service. That's why. Why else would it be good if Sony copied it exactly the same? You unintentionally gave Microsoft credit, and I love it. This entire video is basically you praising Sony for Microsoft's ideas and trashing Microsoft for coming up with those ideas. You can't convince me you're not a fanboy, Lucas.
Because this is what, you know how Arby's got the beef? We got the beef. Well, PlayStation got the games, bruh. We got the games. We got the game.
Yes, yes, Lucas. You have games. Don't worry. Nobody's going to take them from you. You can keep The Last of Us 2.
Y'all talking about your 4K, 800K, 120,000 frames per second. With what? Gunk? With what? Sea of Thieves? With what? With what? With what? With what? What?
Look, I'm a master editor. You guys know that. I make some dank ass memes in these videos, but I promise you, I swear to God, I did not edit that. That was all raw footage.
Right now, the fight is between PlayStation and the PC. That's it.
No, there's no fight there either. Sony has submitted to the PC and they're porting their games to it. And when more and more of those games come, what argument are you going to have left? Console gamers can play at 120 FPS, 60 FPS, they have SSDs now, and likewise PC gamers have Xbox games and some PlayStation games, and their services as well. Nobody really has a point against anybody. These console fanboy wars need to die down. It's over. Grow the fuck up. Move on. Stop wearing backwards hats.
We're not even having Xbox in the conversation anymore. All right?
You say that, but you keep making videos on the Xbox brand. So clearly there's some relevance there to you.
I'm sorry. I try to be, to be nice, to be cordial.
Shit, if that was you trying, I'd hate to see you when you're not trying.
We're no longer including you in this console war. Because it's no longer a war. All right? This is a game battle. We'll put that. It's a gaming war. It's no longer a console war because PS5 is superior. It's simple as that. So it's a PS5 versus a PC. If you bought an Xbox, I don't know if I can be your friend.
I'm sorry, but
I don't know if I can be your friend.
Okay, are you just trying to prove to me that you're a child? That was a joke. That was a gag that I kept going for a while now. I'm convinced you're a child. Backwards hats, retarded noises and tantrums, playground insults and arguments, and now unfriending people because of the box they chose to play on. You know what? 3.6 thousand dislikes is not enough. If we can get this video to 4,000 dislikes, I will upload 3 more face pics to my Instagram, okay? Can we do that? Any viewership he's getting now is gonna be because of other people anyway. That's the least he can owe us.
I know I was talking about cancel culture, but I don't think I can be your friend anymore. If you actually, on your own volition, without a gun to your head, bought an Xbox and didn't think, oh, I'm gonna resell it and charge them more money, I can't be your friend. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to draw the line.
So you want to encourage more scalping? You really are amazing, Lucas, aren't you?
I'm gonna have to draw the line. I can't be your friend anymore. I can't have people like that making those poor decisions around me, because it may influence me.
You know, Lucas, I'm pretty sure those people wouldn't want you in their lives. It explains why the sudden drop in viewership happened. You converted to a full-time PlayStation fanboy, full-time milquetoast conservative / liberal. It's a thing of beauty watching your channel slowly die. I just can't believe how dead serious you are about these things. Most people would say, I'm just kidding. Wink, wink. But you're serious. You know what? Continue to keep your circle of friends small, but just understand, Lucas, that consoles are replaceable and people aren't. Hell, that's a lesson you're gonna learn maybe years later on in life because you're a slow learner. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. This one really hurt. I did not even hit a bull for you guys, okay? Because if I hit a bull, I wouldn't have even been able to move. But I'm gonna go hit one now, and I'll see you guys next video.
Fritanga sucks ass.